Okay, so next step is that I have created user stories. Okay, I have created Epic, and I have also created I started a sprint. I have assigned uh, stories to the sprint. Now, inside this sprint, you will be seeing that okay, inside this sprint, you will be seeing there is a subtask created for the user story testing. Okay, and test case creation. So how you'll do test case creation? Test case creation can be done in the normal way, in the way we have created till now using Excel. There is another way if you want to use Jira, okay, to create Excel. So what you need to do, initially you will not be having all these things, Jepper scale and all. So what you need to do, go to apps, okay. Then you have to go to explore more apps. Then here you need to search. Okay. Let's say you have to search Jepper scale app already installed. Jepper scale. Okay. So I've already installed it, so it is showing added. Let's say I want this is different thing. Okay, same Jaffa, but it's a different one. Let's say I want to hub it. So what I'll do, I'll click on that. So you do it the same for Jaffa scale and click on try it for free. Okay. So what will happen? It will install this plugin to your system. But if you go to the Jaffa and see the costing, okay, now it's not showing because we have already added it, but it is free of cost. So you can use it. Okay. Now, once you do it, means if you go to your project, you will see this Jaffa scale will come below you. Okay, so you need to click on that. It is this area where you will be writing your test cases. Okay, so when you will be clicking on Jaffa scale, this option will come. Jaffa scale is currently disabled for your project dribble. So what you need to do, click on here. Once you click on this, then your screen will open where you can add test cases. So let's open our test case and let's add it here. Let's start with the login page. Okay. So what I can create is I can create a folder. Inside that I can create test case, or else I can create test case without creating a folder. But I create two folders. Let's say first is login one. Okay. Then I create a folder that is your home page one. Okay, now I'll be creating a test case. Okay, the login test case first. This one. Okay, so first I need to give the name of the test case and what is the objective. Name of the test case you can give this one, test case ID. Then objective. What is the objective? Objective is the with okay. This is my objective and precondition. What is the precondition? This I can give as the precondition. Then status. So what is the status? status leave it. Owner. So owner is the one who have created the test case. So I'm assigning it to myself. Then estimated runtime, this you can give how much time this test case will need to be executed. It's up to you how many time you want to give. Okay. Then folder, which folder you want to keep it? I've created two folder, login and office. So I want to create it in login folder. So I click on login. Labels. There are no labels, so leave it. Now click on create. Now see, test case one is created. Similarly, I can create another test case true, test case login to. The priority also you can give priority of the test cases. Okay. Let's say I can give it as a high priority. Again, I have to keep it in the login folder. Create. So if I get high priority means it is appearing as a red flag. That means it is a high priority test case. Okay. Next. Let's say I add two more test cases in the home page. What is the objective? This is the objective. What's the precondition? There is no precondition, so leave it. It will be in home page, so create it. Same, let me create another test case. That is also. Then go to objective. There's no preconditions. Okay, so create. So two test cases I have created here. Okay. Then I go inside the test case. Okay. Just go to the login one first. Then I go inside this login test case. Okay. So you'll see there is a test script here. So in this test script, what I can do is I can give here the test steps one by one. Okay. So this test step what we have given here, right? It's a login one. Enter valid username. So this one is the first one I get to here. Step. And remove this one, which is already given. The test data. Test data is the test data which you will be giving here. This you can fill. Expected result. So expected result that login should be successful. Here I have given the expected result for the whole test case, but here it is asking me for stepwise. So enter valid username means expected result should be username should be entered. Enter successfully. Okay. Next, I need one more step. I need three steps here, right? Then the next will be again add one more step. Two. Two is enter valid password. Go to valid password. This one. This data. So give it here. Then what is the password? Now add next step. So what is the third step? Click on sign in button. So it doesn't have any user data. This data, sorry. So it can be blank. Next is expected result. So what is the expected result after you do? Login should be successful. So let me click that. So be successful. Now I have three test step in this test case. So I have included it. Okay. Next. Okay, you need to save it. Save all the changes you made it. Okay, now go to the next test case. So we added for this, let add for this one. Test case 2. So if you go to the test case script, you again have to add same thing, enter valid username. This data. Then expected result. That should be third. Okay, next step is so what is the advantage of creating the test case in the Jira? Tell me, what is the advantage? Instead of creating in the Excel, what is the advantage of creating it in the Jira? The advantage here is that you may tomorrow it may happen your system may crash, you may lose your Excel file. Okay, but this thing what you are creating in the Jira, it will be present for every time, and also no one is dependent on you that you will share the test case, then they can have the test case. They can directly log in into the Jira and have the test case there itself. So it's better if you do it in the Jira itself rather than creating in the Excel file. But that depends from company to company. So yeah, this is how they follow. But doing it in the Jira give you a better advantage than creating it in the Excel file. Maybe it's a little time consuming than creating in the Excel file, but yeah, it is like long term, it is a good option for you if you want to create test case. Okay, now it's updated. So what I can do, just I'll add test step for this tool. This two test case I'm leaving now. So I've created test case and also added the test steps. Okay. Then what is the next step? Next step is I can create a test cycle. Okay. So new test cycle, let's say sprint one. And that you can give anything. You say I want to run till container, whatever folder. You can search the folder. That's a login. Okay. So you need to go to the test cycle, select it, then click on edit. Then you can click on the test case. So here you can add the test case. So I will click on add test cases. Then it will show me all the test cases I've designed. Let's say I want to add these two test cases. Okay, so I can select these two. And also from home page, I want to add one more test case. So I'll select this one. So I'll click on add. Okay, so from which folder you have to select. Okay, so let's say I want to have the login one also. So I'll select them and click on add. So we can see three test cases will now be added here. Okay, now it has three test cases. One is two are for login and one is for home page. Now if you go to that test cycle, so every time you have to save here, okay, or else it will not be reflected. So go to the test cycle. So here you can see we have three test cases. Okay, so if I go to the Chepash shell, then go to the test cycles. So inside this test cycle, I have included three test cases. Okay, three test cases in this test cycle. That means I'll know that this cycle means, let's say in a particular sprint, you ran a set of test cases 2 times, 3 times. So that is 3 or 4 cycles of testing you did. These three test cases which have included in this test cycle, let's say you ran it multiple times. Okay, so in the particular sprint only 3 times. So it can be test cycle 1, it can be test cycle 2, it can be test cycle 3. Just for a clarity. Okay. Now let's say execute the test case. If I want to execute the test case, then what should I do? Okay. Let's say I want to go to this test case. Go to execution. It's not executed. Okay. Yes, script. Then go back. Test cycle. Go inside it. Then not executed. So here we have the steps also. See, I went to the test cycle. See how I will execute the test case. I went to the test cycle. Now during the execution time, I have my test cases here. Okay. So what I can do? First, I'll execute the test steps. Then only the whole test case will be executed. Let's say I came here. So enter valid username, it passed. So I click on this. So it got passed. Enter valid password, it got passed. So I click on this. So it got passed. Then click on sign in button. So login should be successful. So here you can also update the actual result. So what is the actual result here? That username should be entered successfully. Username entered successfully. This is the actual result. That's why it got passed. You have to mention it so that whenever someone will come means they can see what is the expected result in that particular cycle run. Okay. So to give here, username entered successfully. This would be your output. Okay. Then you have made it pass. That means password entered successfully. Okay. Then login should be successful. So this also passed. Now was successful. Was successful. That means this also passed. So click on this. So it also passed. So automatically everything is passed means you'll see this test case will also pass. The test steps passed means the test case passed. Similarly, I'll go to the second test case. Here, if you want to record the time also, how much time it took for the execution, what you can do, you can click on this. It will start the watch. Okay. Now you can go step by step. So let's say this one passed. So what I can do? Username entered successfully. This test passed. Okay, username. So test in test case will pass only if all the test steps pass. A single test step failed means the test case will fail. Then enter invalid username. Let's say this also passed. Invalid password was entered successfully. Okay, this also passed. Let's say it didn't show a error message for invalid password. Login happened, so login happened. So even though you are giving invalid username and password, it is able to log in. So this is not the expected scenario. Expected and actual are not matching. So this will fail. So this is a fail scenario. Failed test step. So you'll see the whole test case will fail. Now you can, once it is failed means that stopwatch also stopped. It means not the stopwatch, the timer stopped. So it is also recording the time that it took 1 minute and 3 seconds for me to execute this particular test case. And it also recorded that it got failed. Here you can see a red bar came. That means it is failed. Here a green bar came. That means it is pass. Again, in here I have not added any test step. So you cannot see any test step here because I've not added any test step. So just directly from here, I'll just make it a but let's say blocked test case. Or let's say this test case is depending on this. If it is not passing means this will get blocked. So I'm making it a blocked test case. Okay. Now I have updated the status run of all the test cases. Understood? Now we'll see the test cycles. See, in the test cycle, also you have the run status here in test case level. Also, you can see the run status. Last, it will show you the last run status because it may happen the same test case. When again it is run for the second time, it may fail. So it will always show you the last run status. So it is passed, it is fair. Similarly for this also, it is blocked, and this is no run because it's not executed. Now again I go to the test cycle. See here also it is showing 100% done. And what is the status? Pass is 1, fail is 1, blocked is 1. How many executed? 3. Okay. So this cycle I run it one time. Let's say I want to run the same cycle again. I want to rerun the same cycle again. That means the set of 3 test cases I want to rerun again. So start a new execution. So again, it will start a new execution. So here this time what I can do, I see it will show you the run also. Last run it was on this time and it was pass. Let's say this time it is failing. I'm not giving the actual result because you already learned how to give the actual result. You can give it. So just I'm giving the spelling. Okay. So this is spelling, this is spelling, this is spelling. Okay. So it will record itself also as spell. Second one, let's say I'll start it again. What is the doubt? So I think after following test case, we'll go on triple application, then to testing. And if test case is passed, then there will be. No, you need not to write anything got passed or failed. Automatically the test step which you are giving here, if it got passed, if it matching the expected result, actual and expected result, then test step are passed. And if all the test step are passed, then it is passing this total test case. If any a single test step in the test case is failing, means it is failing. So it will automatically update it. So you test the application and put your observation here. So based on your observation, automatically it will update this particular test case. Okay. Now see this one last time it was failing. Let's say this time it is passing. It got passed. Okay. So what will happen? So it whole result will pass. Then the third one, last time it was blocked. This time let's say it got passed. So this time it is passed. So now if I go to the test cycle, the test result the test status failed based on the last run. Yes or no? The test status failed based on the last run. So if you go to it, each of the test cases, you can see how many times it has run. Okay, so here it has run for this much time it is showing. Again, if you run means again one log will come and it will show the run status and time and all. Okay. Now if you go to the test case, we'll see here it was showing pass, now it is showing fail because it will show you the last executed status. Okay. Now this is how you will be creating test cases, adding the test case to the test cycle and executing the test cases. Okay. So you can see the reports also. Okay. If you click on report, it will show you the report also. Okay. Let's say if I click on this one, the lot of report, whichever report you want to see, you can see it. So let's say I want to see the test case execution results. From date, we can filter the date also. Let's say from 25 to 26. Okay. You want the last test execution or all test execution? Let's say I want the all test execution, then generate. See, it will show you everything. Test case one, pass, or fail, everything. All the test case it is showing you. Say test case login, it will show first for test case login one. When it was ran for this time, 921, it was passed, status was passed. Okay. So it is showing the test script also. It got passed or failed. All the test script means all the test steps. Okay, with all the data. Then test case one ran at 934, then it got failed. So which test step failed, that also it is showing, and all the data which you have entered, that is also showing. Again, test case two, it got passed is that in this time. So which test step passed and what are the data entered, that is also showing. So it is showing you a complete report. So here you can generate a report also by using this plugin. You can add the test case, you run the test case, execute it, and also you can get a report also. Go back. Let's say for reports, you just want a high level report, not the but detailed report. So what you can do? Display data, either you can show in percentage or count, I can show it in count. Okay. So just to generate, so will also generate you one type of report. So see, it is generating you this kind of report. Okay. So here also you are able to see the reports. So this is up to you which report you want. So this was all about how to add a test case, execute test case, activate test cycle, and generate reports for the execution. Okay. Now next, up to this point, everyone clear, right?
Clear, sir.
Gautam.
Clear, sir.
Yes, yeah, I guess Taliwal has picked something. Yes, you have to match it. That means you have to match the actual and expected result. Then only you can say that test step passed or failed. Okay. Now, so next step is that I have created a test case. I have executed it. Now, in this test step, something in this test cycle, no, first test case is failing, right? Not able to log in with the correct username and password. So for this, I need to generate a what I need to create a defect for this, right? I need to create a defect for this. So what you can do, create, click on create. Then you have to select the project that is dribble. Issue type, that is you have to select bug. Okay. Then summary, user is not able to log in to the application using correct username and password. So this is my application. Okay. So what is my epic? So I'll select it. So epic is dribble creation with login. Okay. Then description, priority, everything have to give. Reporter is Bob. Okay. You can give anyone who have got executed it. Let's say puzzle has done. So you can give puzzle. Then description is that we give a detailed description of this. Okay. It's a you can give it. Then here you have to give the steps to reproduce. Okay. Because that without that, how the developer will do? Step to reproduce. You can smile it. So what? Go to the login page. Go to the login page to give correct username. Give correct username. Give correct password. And click on sign in button. Then you can give a description. After that, you'll see it will not able to log in. The steps you can observe. It is observed. There is not able to log in. Log in. Okay, you give the description. Then reporter, whoever have tested the test case, executed the test case, he can give his name. Then priority can give, let's say this priority I'm giving as highest. Okay, levels, there is no level limit. Environment, in which environment you are testing will give. As I have already told, for testing we have multiple environments. Let's say I discovered it in set environment, so I can use set. Link issues. Okay, so issue links is what it is doing is related to or blocked by what? This issue is blocked by which one? I have to give the test case number, right? So what is the test case ID? So that let's we'll see and update it. So is actually is relates to we can give the test ID. That means which user story we can say is related to this one. background. Then assignee is basically the developer. Let's say Anil is the developer, so I can assign it to him. I have to assign to a developer, right? Anil. So he will do it. Then sprint. Obviously, in the sprint one we have observed it. So we have just one. So I'll click on sprint one. Then click on create. So this is TRIB 10. Okay. So copy link, open it in a new tab. So what is the test case which for which this issue has happened? Let's check the test case ID. So login TRIB T1. So link issue is blocked by, let's say you can give DRIB. You have to give the user story. Sorry, you have to give the user story. So what is the user story for which this is blocked? So login user story you have to give. Where is the sprint? Metrics there. So okay, there is not able to log in here with them. This is the defect was created. See, it got added to the active sprint. Okay. Then who has created this advertisement page? Okay. So which is the user story for this? This is contact page functionality. One more was there. Someone has removed it or what? Let me check in the backlog. Advertisement page, login page, someone has moved it to here. Okay. I guess you guys are practicing in this only. It's got this project only. You can create your own project. That's not an issue. Okay. Okay. So this is an issue of which one? TRIB2. Okay. So now it should get added here. See, it got added here. So I can give this ID here. Okay. Because this is related to login page. So I have to give the user story for which this defect has been created. Okay. Let's see. This TRIB to login page. So link. So here I linked it to the user story so that the developer can know, yes, for this user story, this defect has been raised. Okay. So this is how you link it to the user story. Okay. Clear? Everyone?
Okay, sir.
Now, let's say if anyone want to do a communication, let's say the developer didn't understand anything. So here he can tag you and give in the comment that, or let's say he want to tell that, yes, I'm working on it. So he can tell at the rate Dhaliwal, or let's say who have raised it. Someone as a reporter is present, so he will tell. Let's say he will tell the whole team. So he'll tell Fazil also. He will tell Gautami also, so that you will get a mail trigger to your email. I have started working. I've started working for this defect. Okay, we can comment it out. Save. So it will add as a comment. So everyone can see that yes, he has done something. So if we need any explanation or if we want to communicate anything to you, everything you can do in the comments so that everyone will have an idea. Okay. Then Next. Let's close it. Next is that, let's say if I has fixed it, so he same thing he can comment out and let's say he can tell you that it is fixed. Okay. Then work log. Let's say someone has worked on it. So what they can do, they can log their works also. That I have spent this much time here. So in your organization, everything will be tracked. So they will also track how many hours you have logged in. Let's say I have spent here 10 hours in this particular Jira. So I can mention 10. Okay. So work decision, you can give anything what you have done, whatever. So click on save. So you'll see in work log, it will show that I have logged 10 minutes. That means I have worked for 10 minutes in this particular Jira. So this also you can do in your real time. So that what will happen? Everyone can see how many time you spend because in real time, everyone know how many time you spend in Jira, right? In Agile, because that is the only way to track your work, right? Let's say someone has not updated any Jira the whole day. That means he has not done any work. But let's say I have spent some amount of work in this particular task. So for that user story, I can update the time. This is the defect. The developer is working on it. So he can log the defect that I have worked 10 minutes or half an hour or 2 hours in this defect. So he can log it. It will for everything. So user story is created. Let's say someone is creating test case. He'll log it in the test case user story. Okay, work log that I worked for this much hours. So that everyone can track your efforts also. So now this is linked. Okay. So that will also come in the sprint only this log will also come in the sprint you have started with. So we'll click on here. So it will be in progress. Then it's when it's done, just drag it to here. So it will be so that it is completed. Okay. So this is how so here also you can, if you go to the defect also here there is a list you can click on done. Then it will see here either you can drag and drop. So it will be coming here or else what you can do is you can directly click on the defect number and here we can just do done. Okay. So you'll see it will automatically move to here. Okay, either of the way you can do it. That means it is completed. The work for this Jira is completed. Now let's say something are there in the to-do list and something are there in progress. Not everything has went to done. So what will happen? If I come, let's say the sprint time has finished and within that time every ticket cannot be completed. So some are left out. So if I click on complete sprint, even though some means there is something which is not completed, so it will show you a pop-up that one completed issue, three open issue. Out of 4 Jiras in this particular sprint, you can just complete one ticket. 3 are still issue. So what do you want to do with that? So there is a drop down. I can move it in the new sprint, or else I can again put them back to the product backlog. Okay. So it's up to me. Let's say I want to move it everyone to the new sprint. So I'll select new sprint, then complete sprint. So what will happen? The sprint one will over, then sprint two will come into picture. Now see sprint two came now. Sprint one got over. Now sprint two came into picture with the ones which were pending that got added to this. Now if I want to add some more Jira from here, then that also I can do drag and drop it here and add more Jiras to this. Or let's say if I want to remove something also, that also I can do drag and drop to the down. Okay. Same again. If you go to the active sprint, you'll see what sprint one is completed, sprint two, but sprint two has not started. So it will be blank. If I want to start sprint two, then only it will appear here. See, start sprint two. So you can, if I start it means, then again it will appear. Again, you have to work like that. Okay, now see, it appeared here. Okay. Clear everyone? Got the me?
Sir, okay, sir. It's clear.
Yeah. So Dhaliwal, I'll see in the chat. Fazil, you are clear?
No, I have, because I missed part for 15 minutes, so I will just watch the video again and ask tomorrow.
Okay, so what is your question? It will move to sprint to which tickets are pending or failed in sprint one. Not failed. Ticket will never fail. Either it will be completed or it will be, it's not a test case. Ticket is that it is tracking your progress of work. Okay, so it will either fail, it will not fail. It will either be done or in progress. So if it is in progress, then it will go to sprint two. Only if you have selected in the drop down that I want to move it to the next sprint. Or else what will happen? There are two options. If you select backlog means again everything will go to the product backlog. It's up to you. If you want to pick anything from the backlog to the sprint backlog.